guys, so I'm back for my March wrap up slash April TBR and the current reads, shall we say. So I'm just gonna get into it. There's a couple books I need to grab off my shelf really quickly. Um that I'm planning that are, for the TBR. Anyways, and I'm gonna do a quick also, shall we say, book haul for you as well, because I did was either I'll have to get those off my shelf too. I was either gifted a couple books on my birthday from my neighbor Janine, and or I bought a couple for myself. So I am gonna actually get those two books that were gifted to me. I'm like so not organized. But I just rearranged the bookcase a little bit, so I got what I put the two gifts that I was the two books that I was gifted, but I found them anyways. Um, so I'm just gonna. So yeah, sorry about that. So this is gonna be a mini book haul slash wrap up video. I'm just gonna put it all in one video, just so I only have to upload one video for the end of March instead of two. Um, just to make my life a lot simpler. So, first off, I finished Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. Um, and I actually, there's a lot of things about this book that I feel like I enjoyed, and there's reasons why I give it 4.5 stars, is because the storyline was a little bit all over the place. Um, as I would have been fine with the one storyline, but I felt like this book was a little bit. Regretting You was all over the place in terms of the story, like the mom not wanting the daughter to get pregnant and married at a young age, and then them losing um, her husband slash dad and sister. Um, and I those two storylines didn't really seem to commingle or mix very well together. So I don't think they did, but that's just my opinion of that. But still, overall, I feel like the writing style was very well done, and but just the one thing that annoyed me about the book was that it was all over the place. And then the second book I finished was the Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. And I that was a 5 star read for me. I really enjoyed that. I will. I can't remember if I did a. I don't remember. Well, there is kind of a blog entry. related to the love hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, where we're talking about that is scheduled to be posted on Saturday on my blog on 328. That does kind of go over about like the media and student teacher relationship. So I'll link that blog post down below. Because this video too will be coming out on Saturday, the 28th. So I will link that blog post down below of this video so you guys can check that out. But yeah, and it's the same with, the academy. There was a teacher student relationship. So we I do kind of talk about different scenarios in that blog post of the student teacher relationship and how most of them I feel like were inappropriate. Um anyways, going on to my next book that I finished, the next book I finished was Just for the Cameras by Megan Quinn, which was her new release from February. I enjoyed this book. I just feel like it was a little bit too long for a little bit too long for a rom com book. Um, I would have been happier if it was 200 pages shorter than it was. And I think my neighbor and I both agree that even though we love the writing style, um, I don't know if she does. I know I do. I enjoy the writing style of Megan Quinn's books. I just felt like this book particular was a little bit too long for my liking. Um, so it took me from the release date when it came out to pretty much the beginning of March to finish it, which is why it's in the March wrap up video and not the February wrap up video. So it took me a month to read Just for the Cameras by Megan Quinn, and I feel like I probably could have read it if it would have been 200. I could have read it within within a month of February if it had been 200 pages shorter than it was. Um, So that's my only gripe about that. But yeah. And then the next book I finished was The Devil Wears Prada, the first book. I'm currently listening to the second book right now on audio, but I enjoyed that. I've seen the movie of The Devil Wears Prada, and I enjoyed the movie, but this was the first time that I had read the book, so I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed words, or a thing. Um, I really enjoyed um, Lauren Weisberger's writing style in this book, and this is the first book of hers that I've read, and I enjoyed it, and so I'm currently, shall say, listening to the second. I'm currently listening to the second Devil Wears Prada, which is on my April TBR. So yeah. Um, and then I also finished All About Love by Bell Hooks. And this was the only nonfiction book from March that I read. Um, but I feel like it was an enjoyable read and very informational. And I feel like very well written. Um, so, and then the last physical book that I read, I borrowed from my neighbor, and it was Business Casual by B.K. Borison, I believe is the author's name. Another enjoyable read. I enjoyed that one a lot. And then the two audiobooks I finished for March were The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I feel like this audiobook was very well narrated and done and just enjoyable. And then the other, which I actually have the physical book of it now, but I had finished this book on audiobook um recently as well, but it was a Jane Austen bookshelf by Rebecca Romney. And yeah, so like I said, this is one of the books that's going to be in my book haul. But yeah, so I had finished the audiobook of that and really enjoyed it. Now that I have the physical book, because I got it for my birthday from my neighbor, I at some point I'm probably gonna reread this. So yeah. Um, and then so those are all the books that I finished for March. My April TBR. And I'm currently reading one of the books right now, which my iPad is sitting on, so I can't. Um, we shall remove it quickly. But I am currently reading, which is on for the April TBR. I'm currently reading The Flight Girls, by Noella Starr, if I'm saying her name correctly. Um, and I'm only a couple of chapters in and really enjoying this. I feel like it's very well written and enjoyable. Um, and it's just about uh, females during I think this book is set, yes, so this is about female pilots during the World War II. So this book is set during World War II. Um, so it's an historical fiction. Um, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I think it is a amazing read. So that's my current read right now for that, and then I'm also listening to The Devil Wears Prada 2 on audiobook. I will insert a picture, and then I'm also reading the Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society, tongue twister, say that 3 times fast, book by Mary Ann Schaefer. And what is it? Mary Ann Schaefer, and which is also under my iPad. Um, Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Burroughs. Um, and this is another book that's also, I believe, set on Guernsey Island. And I believe this one's also kind of a funny. It's another historical fiction. So it's two historical fictions that I'm currently reading. Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society book is it's a novel, as everyone well knows. I've read this book multiple times, um, but it's set in an island of Guernsey during the German occupation. Um, and it is another book that is set during the Second World War. Um, so again, as I said, another historical fiction, and it is. I just really enjoyed this, and I love the writing style in this book because it's the way it's formatted is all like a letter format, um, which I think is really cool. So yeah, so that's actually two historical fictions that I'm reading that, ironically, that are set during World War II, but I'm almost done too with this one, but yeah. So that's current reads, and then my uh next current read is Dewey the Library Cat, which is in my bedroom, so I'm not gonna go get it. But this is kind of a cute little book about a cat that is found on the steps of a library, and how he becomes a Dewey the Library Cat and his everyday like adventures in the book. And then I'm still currently listening to also We Don't Know Ourselves, A Personal History Modern of Ireland by Fentanyl Toole audiobook. I have like 9 hours or so left of it, so I'm hoping to finish that up fairly soon. Hopefully maybe by the beginning of April I'll hopefully finish that. And then yeah, so those are current um reads. My April TBR is I my April TBR, one of them was the Flight Girls by Noelle Starr, which I'm currently reading. So I'm getting a little bit ahead, which is good. And then my next April book on my TBR list is Coming Home to Starr Falls by Kate Hewitt. Um, and I'm actually looking forward to starting this series. And then the next book, I am wanting to get to also for April is This Thing of the Wild by Justin O. Schmidt. Um, and my significant other had recommended this book. This is a non-fiction book, I believe. Yeah, this is a non-fiction book. Um, so it will be my non-fiction book probably for April. So I'll be finishing two nonfiction books for April, hopefully, because do have the We Don't Know Ourselves, a modern history of Ireland, is also a nonfiction, and then this is a new release for March, which just came out, and it is the Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. Um, so this is on my April TBR list, and then the yeah, so those are all the books. So for my book haul, I have these two books. I have the Sting of the Wild and the Night We Met by Abby Jimenez that I got for myself from Amazon with some extra money. And then for my birthday from my neighbor Janine, I was gifted Jane Austen's Bookshelf by Rebecca Romney. This was a birthday gift. And then the other book she got me, which I can't wait to read at some point, is the Ladies in Waiting, Jane Austen's Ladies in Waiting. And this book, I believe, was on the A Book Olive recommendation video that Janine had sent me a couple months ago, and she asked me if there's any books in this video that I'd be interested in, if there's any that I wanted for my birthday, and I said I was this one would be the most interesting to me. So she got me this one for my birthday too. So I'm looking forward to reading this at some point. Don't know where I'll squeeze it in the TBR, but I'll squeeze it in someplace. But but it's just basically about ladies in waiting, about the nine beloved best-selling authors, and beyond the pages of Jane Austen's classic novels. And the minor character stars in their own stories. Um, so I feel like this book is going to be an enjoyable read when I do get to it. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys have any comments of videos I should do, please do comment down below or on my Facebook page. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. Um, and my April wrap up video will be out at the end of April, which would be on the I'll try to have that out for April 24th or 5th, around there, time estimate wise. But yeah, that is it. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.